More teachers leaving Oklahoma, and really, who can blame them when better pay is luring them to surrounding states like Texas? And that includes Oklahoma's Teacher of the Year for 2016, Sean Sheehan from Norman High School. He joins me here in studio now to talk about his decision, his time here in Oklahoma, as well as his future. So good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here with us. First of all, congratulations on, being given that honor. How does that feel to be named Teacher of the Year for an entire state?
It's been an absolute pleasure representing this state and speaking on behalf of education issues really across the country.
Mm-hmm. As I just mentioned, you've decided to cross state lines. You're going down into Texas to continue your career. You have been a math teacher at Norman High. You calculated the numbers, and those numbers just didn't add up to you.
That's right.
To stay here.
Kind of the biggest argument I hear is, hey, we don't think you're thinking about cost of living. Well, together, my wife, who is also a teacher, together we will make over $40,000 more. So we're making six figures immediately after crossing the border. So yeah, the cost of living is higher, but it's not $40,000 higher.
Mm-hmm. How long did it take you to make this decision? How long has this thought process kind of been brewing in your mind?
Really, since my December blog post when I asked Santa for a reason to stay and keep teaching in Oklahoma. I think people thought that I had made up my mind way sooner, back in March when I posted my second blog post. But we accepted this job position May 15th, so just a few weeks ago, 2 weeks before school let out.
Okay, and having been given that title, Teacher of the Year, it must be hard to make this decision to leave and to see the headlines, Oklahoma's Teacher of the Year leaves for Texas.
It is, absolutely. It's bittersweet, but at the same time, I swore that I would use my title to really advocate for education in this state. And I think that by voting with our feet, my wife and I packing up our family and heading south, that it's kind of our last ditch effort to really make a statement. And we kind of get the last word on this one.
Yeah, make a statement and just doing what is best for you and yours. In an article that you wrote in the Washington Post, you said this, if we could pop this quote up here. You said, "I'm sorry it's come to this, but I will leave with my head held high. I poured my heart and my soul into teaching at Norman High School." You go on to say, "I've done everything I know how to do to try and make things better." Also, Sean, talk about your efforts at the state level to try to make a change here with the education system.
Yeah, so I've tried many avenues to try and improve education in this state. I ran for state senate in my district down in Norman. I created a nonprofit to address teacher recruitment and retention called Teach Like Me. And I've just spoken at school districts all across the state and country, talking about all the good in education, but it was becoming more and more outweighed by the negativity and the challenge of continuing to teach and raise a family in this state. And so I've learned, now being a father of a 7-month-old baby girl, that for two educators to raise a family in 2017 in the state of Oklahoma as educators, it can't be done. It really can't.
Mm-hmm. In the past year, you look at since the beginning of 2016, it's been a really tough year of budget cuts and districts across the state just being slashed left and right. What's been the toughest part of experiencing those cuts firsthand, would you say, inside the classroom?
My firsthand experience is watching programs be cut. Programs that were very useful. As a math teacher, we had something called Saturday Algebra, and so kiddos who needed extra remediation and help in algebra could come in on Saturdays, which those are committed kids, right? Kids who come in on Saturday morning. That program was cut 2 years ago. We've lost resources. We haven't had new textbooks in years. Granted, we are going digitally, and so that's kind of the argument, but we don't even have access to digital resources because of such funding cuts. And then class sizes too. I was pushing 36 at one point in one of my classes, which that's crowd control at that point. That's beyond classroom management. You're just dealing with numbers.
Yeah, and impossible to give each student the individual time that he or she deserves. Also, our recent budget that was just decided upon did not include a teacher pay raise, which teachers, educators, lawmakers alike all fought for. Would that have changed your mind? Would that have kept you here?
It seemed naive to ask for a teacher pay raise in a time when we have such a budget deficit, right? And in fact, it seems selfish because I'm not going to ask for $1,000 more when we haven't had new textbooks in years and that my class sizes are bursting at the seams. So we knew it was a long shot, but it was further evidence that legislators were unwilling to follow up on their promises that they made at the start of session, which was to find a way to just alleviate some of the struggles that we face in education in Oklahoma. They didn't follow through. And so we said, you know what, we're going to stop. We're not going to be played anymore. We're out of here.
Are you worried about our education system here, or I guess more importantly, the kids making their way through our system right now?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I'm worried about who's left to teach the kids. With more and more folks kind of voting with their feet and heading north, south, east, or west to surrounding states, my question is who's sticking around, who's able to do it? And so we'll have maybe spouses who are married to significant others who can be the primary breadwinners, or random folks, and increasingly we're seeing those emergency certified teachers lead more and more classes, and that's going to be problematic in the years to come.
All right, well, Sean Sheehan, it was a pleasure to meet you, sir, and we are wishing you the very best of luck
Appreciate it.
down in
Thank you.
Texas. We'll follow your success there.